about to take a short trade. Looking for a break below the low of this bar, which is 66. So, okay, we're short at 66.75. The reason for this trade is we've had an end of trend warning signal on the 1500 tip bar chart. We've kind of overshot a cyclical turning point here, and we've had exhaustion buying on the upside. You can see this on the 500 tip bar chart. And this last push up to form this double top here was on very weak buying volume. It didn't even breach the zero here, this white dotted line. So that was why kind of decided to get in on a break at this bar. You can see we had professionals coming into the highs, just a small professional bar here, another one here on the 1500 tip bar chart, and then pushed up again into these highs, and then another push up by the amateurs with this yellow bar here at this point, and it was that kind of showed this weakness, and that was likely to this turning point was likely to fail. So or we'd get a successful turning point, and the break to new highs was likely to fail. So what I'm playing off is this end of trend warning signal here. The next kind of cyclical turn on the downside here is the one that's going to be of interest to me. So we're short at 66.75, so come back up to it. Let's see where this trade goes. Okay, just been in this trade about 2 minutes. We kind of just broke below this support level at 1166. You can see we broke there pretty hard. It's kind of being led by the amateurs at this stage, so don't particularly like that, but we're coming back into kind of congestion area, and I don't mind amateur bars or professional bars. When we're moving back into a congestion area, I kind of tend to look at those signals when they're reaching price extremes, so they're moving up or down and making new highs and new lows. We've not seen any professional bars yet, either on the 500 or the 1500 tip bar chart. So what I wanted to do is just to break through this final kind of support area here and just lurch down to 63. I want it hits 62.75. So let's see if we get taken out at that point. It's just around this support level here, has been a resistance level, likely to turn into support here. 4500 tip bar chart. Anyway, we're just coming up this cyclical turn here again, kind of amateurs leading this push down, so I just need a fraction more, and then I'll be out of this trade. Okay, bingo, we just got taken out at 62.75, so that was 4 points. This is where I'm at my worst. I just so would have loved to have taken profits around here when I saw that first kind of professional bar, but my clearest time frame is the 1500 tip bar time frame in order to look at the professional amateur patterns, and we had no professional activity yet. So although we're seeing some kind of bottoming process here because the professionals hasn't stepped back in on the 1500 tip bar chart, we're likely to continue to see weakness. So anyway, it's 62.75 for 4 points. The reason for the trade, just to recap, we had an end of trend warning signal here on the 1500 tip bar chart. I love these signals, and the real reason for the entry was when we made this double top here, the amount of buying that happened was really, really weak. You can see we didn't even broach the dotted zero line here at this point, so we had professionals coming back in, amateurs kind of coming back at that point. We had our stopping volume patterns here, and we'd overshot the 4500 tip bar chart at this point here and starting to roll over. So that was a nice little 4-point trade. So I'm done for the day. Okay, looks like we're setting up for another short trade here. So if we get a break down to 68, yep, we're in. So 1168, we're short. The reason for the trade is this is a second cyclical turn after an end of trend warning signal. So we had the first short trade in here, and we picked off almost the low. We're a quarter point away from the low, which was nice on this pullback here. And then we've come back into the second cyclical turn. So this is the first cyclical turn and then the second cyclical turn after this end of trend warning signal. And we've got all these professional bars happening here. So we've got professional bars, bang, 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 on the 1500 and the 4500 couple there with stopping volume here. And on the 500 tip bar chart, you can see that we've had some exhaustion buying earlier on, but this new peak has just been made on successively less and less buying volume, so 1, 2, 3, 4 divergence patterns there, and this last kind of push down was pretty weak at this point here. So that's what we're playing off. We're playing off this kind of cyclical turn here and hoping for a quick trade. Okay, that was a nice little signal here for just zero in here. We had a professional bar on the highs here, kind of narrow range, and markets kind of broken below that point. Kind of like these when I see these kind of towards the end of a little bit of a congestion area here. You can see these professional bars here coming into these highs, couple there, and then this one here, just a final little uptick, and that for me is showing the professionals saying, yep, we're not going to let this go any further. Time to kind of finally get short, and there we go. We start to get a little bit of traction on this to the downside pretty quickly. So it's hopefully can make this a quick trade, be in and out of this position shortly. I'm really playing this cyclical turn here on the 1500 tick bar chart. So as soon as we start to have professionals kind of buying back in to the market, then we'll get out of this one. We've already made 4 points today, so no need to hang around and get greedy. Okay, we're back to the entry point or near enough, just taking a half point of heat on this trade. The reason I'm hanging on to it is this last rise up back to kind of test my entry point was being led by the amateurs here, with an amateur up bar, the yellow bar, going up. And what I find is once those the lows of those kind of little retracements are taken out, that's kind of a good continuation into a downtrend pattern. So we just need to see this move back down to 67 would mean that this little run was a fake, and that we're about to, the downtrend is going to continue. So wait and see what happens here. Okay, good. Just a couple of minutes later, and we kind of broke back down to 1167. Looks like this cyclical support level is going to be taken out, which would be nice. So hopefully this will kind of go in our favor, and we can quickly take 3 or 4 points out of this trade. Okay, I'm out at 65. I decided to pull the stop in because we had a couple of things happen. First of all, we had a bullish divergence pattern signal here. We had a professional bar kind of come in at the lows, and we had a profit-taking signal on the 1500 tick bar chart. And we're coming very close to this cyclical turn here on the 1500 tick bar chart. So I'd rather just take 3 points, and be out rather than kind of wait and see if it goes for another point after a little bit of a retracement. So that's just me. Already made 4 points on the previous down move, so we've got another 3, so that's 7 for the day. So that's more than enough. So we'll leave it there. But interesting that this is second cyclical turn after an end of trend warning signal. So I do wonder whether this will be a kind of significant turning point in the market. So we'll find out later. Just watching this a couple of minutes later, and just interesting that we've kind of pushed back down almost to 1163, I think was the low at this point here, where we had exhaustion selling volume here. So there was actually another at least another 2 points in this move down. But this is one of the problems I have. I just take profits way too early. The professional bars on the 1500 tip bar chart didn't hit until a couple of points away, from where I got out. So just because I was seeing a cyclical turn happen at this point with some strength with the profit-taking pattern, that doesn't mean the low of this move is in. We've got to wait for professional bars. I mean, this is, for me, is the secret. Looking at the 1500 tip bar chart and waiting for the professional bars, and finding cyclical patterns and divergence momentum patterns that trade against those, because those show me kind of more clearly where the professionals are active on this particular time frame, which is where I'm kind of making the largest kind of moves for my day trading, at least. So anyway, just lesson learned. Out at 65, there was another 2 points in it. Certainly would have hit my profit target at 64, but there we go.